at the previous round, and Ben Hopson will chase him down. So here we go, pretty straightforward track. And you know, those Mustangs, they do well with nothing but throttle, and guess what you gotta do with this track? Nothing but throttle. Yeah. So hammer down, but we'll see. And again, Brutsky, you know, he's had more turns on this track than anybody, given that he's double dipping. So let's see what we got. Brutsky out front, Ben Hopson chase position. Our first battle here of our seeding brackets. Brutsky initiates, Ben Hopson right there on the door, goes way wide. Talking about Brutsky, takes out those cones, straight line kind of into that second outside zone. Good angle, throws some more angle on it. Hopson gets very aggressive, sticks it to the door. Brutsky now transition that last outside zone. A big correction there by Hopson. Hopson goes off.
Oh, man.
And Brutsky crossed the finish line. Mistakes on both sides, but Hopson with a major mistake in that last outside zone.
Yeah, just getting super aggressive. I mean, I do want to see and make sure that Brutsky didn't go 3 wheels off, so 3 wheels off is a 0 here. So as we get to our airforce.com replay, doesn't look like Brutsky did go 3. Now Ben does a good job to mirror it. Brutsky just getting absolutely wild. Now he's got to outrun that RTR. Look at Ben just on one to get back into the fight. Does a really good job through that section. Transition looks great. He gets lost in the smoke just a little bit before we get into that third outside zone. But yeah, take a look here. Ben Hopson, so not quite for Dimitri. He's still in the battle there. Nothing too crazy. But wow, just really, really pushing. We're possibly hearing something going on. All right, I will get to that in a second, but there is Brutsky really pushing
look at that.
Yeah, Ben just flies off track like
Brutsky
crazy.
in oil.
Yeah, so that's what we're hearing right now, is that there potentially might be oil put down on track from Brutsky's car.
Yeah, Brutsky, yeah.
Who's right now stopped on his way back once we cut over to the live. So yeah, was there some sort of oil down on track that caused Ben Hopson? Look at the over rotation there, then tries to get in front end, scrubs out. And
oh yeah,
you can see the smoke coming out of the hood of Dimitri Brutsky. And that may have caused, there might have been a big backfire too.
Oil slick, man. I mean, you know, Dimitri Brutsky with little James Bond 007.
Right there, you can see it coming out from under the hood, yeah.
Yeah, and it's all over his windshield too.
Oh wow, coming out of the turbo then too. Yeah, so I think Ben, look, he locks up the front. So
yeah, look at that.
Yeah. That's yeah, so we're getting word that Ben's car is absolutely caked in oil.
Just shellacked.
Yeah. So we are gonna run through a couple of scenarios here, but it looks like Dimitri Brutsky may have just popped an engine and absolutely soaked everything down in oil. So that would make sense why Ben shot off track like that, why we saw smoke coming out of, and still seeing smoke coming out of the front end of Dimitri Brutsky.
Hey, you talk about turbo, motor, all that. I mean,
yeah,
that's unfortunate. And it obviously just with Ben's car just absolutely doused in oil. That's gonna cause the reaction there. That exactly what happened to Ben.
Yeah, so not a great scenario. I mean, Ben zeroing, or incompleting, but that being said,
victory for him, advancing on, as we said, not the way you want to do it, but he was on it. He was on a tear, you know, up until that point. I mean, he was chasing down very aggressively. Again, these Mustang RTRs definitely love the full throttle, and Ben, that's what this is a confidence booster, my man. And, you know, different from the Pro Spec, we do end up going all the way to who the winner is of our seeding brackets.
Yeah, you know Ben's going to use this time to own it.
Sceriffo in that Pennzoil Ferrari, and Diego Higa in the BRZ 86. And coming into that first outside zone, there goes Federico. Quick little grab. You saw him make a correction there. Coming to that second outside zone. Car looks like it straightens up a little bit, then throws some more angle at it. Diego Higa not backing down. This last outside zone. There goes Fetty. Car looks definitely more settled than it has in the past. You saw that. I mean, good rate to angle overall. Yeah. Diego still hanging out in that smoke though. So regardless of what Fetty did out front, Diego Higa still in the conversation.
Yeah, really love seeing the progression from both drivers. Fede looks a bunch more confident, gets into the zone a little bit later, but holds it in the zone quite well. Exits a touch early, but overall really, really good there from Fede. And Diego Higa adapting well, following the line well as Fede throws on a little bit more angle through there, transitions to the third outside zone. And Fede right on the edge of the track all the way around. Now Diego Higa falls into step about halfway through, so I mean, there's definitely some magic going on from both drivers. One, super happy to see the giant wings back. I'm a big wing fan. But yeah, Fede, I mean, a couple of spots in here I'd like to see some more commitment, a little bit more aggression. Leaves a bit of room there for Higa to be able to come back into the fight, but both drivers looking great. Loving the progression, as we said, and a little bit of risk there from Fede. He didn't have to go that deep, didn't have to be right on the edge of the track, but sending it.
Again, what's at stake here is you win, you're in. If you don't, you're watching from the sideline. So here's two international drivers putting it on the line. Diego Higa from Brazil. You know, he's got a ravenous fan base. They're always blowing up the internet. So shout out to Brazil. Don't know if our homegirls watching at home. And then we got obviously Federico Sceriffo from Italy.
Yeah, we're just a global sport over here.
Right?
Yeah.
Talking about Leticia Bafani. She's another Brazilian superstar skateboarder. But her and Diego are good friends, so she's always cheering him on.
Nice. Yeah, it's really cool to see the progression of drifting in Brazil in particular. Like, man, they are not far off from producing even more superstars. So
right.
Yeah, reminds me very much of like kind of the Japanese culture of it as well. So. Pretty pumped to see drivers coming out of Brazil soon.
Absolutely. I know Lontaine frequents there quite a bit when he was judging. But here we go. Let's alternate the order here. Diego Higa will now lead. Fede giving chase. Let's see how Diego does with him getting the clean air. Through that chicane, you can see all the metrics there in the bottom left-hand corner: accel, decel, speed, mile per hour. Into that first outside zone goes Diego Higa. Fede kind of on a tighter line. Oh, big correction there. Fede, goes in hard. Goes into Diego Higa, slams into him. Oh, man. Definitely want to see that overhead view we saw inside the booth, or in the air, more like it, with Aaron Jesse and the Truth Serum angle. It's a pretty hard hit.
Yeah. Hopefully, hopefully everyone took their allergy medication, because there is a lot of dust. But they're running in, making sure Fede's doing all right, because that was a very, very aggressive run-in. So the question will become, you know, Higa, did he slow down excessively? What all happened there? As getting the hood off that Ferrari quite quickly, and there is a decent amount of damage. Wow. Oh, wow. As the dust settles, you can see that wheel shoved underneath the front end of the Ferrari.
Oh, man. Yeah, that was a hard hit. Oh, boy.
So, yeah, a lot of things we have to assess right now. Biggest thing is Higa. What happened with Higa? What was he doing before the incident? Because that will help us dictate fault at this point and potentially the win.
Yeah, these guys looking like powdered donuts out here, just covered in dust.
So let's take a look here. So Higa out front, really good job for the first outside zone. And right here, you can already see Fede coming in pretty hot and reinitiates. And then Higa, didn't see any massive slowing there. It just looks like Fede kind of takes that tighter line, but we're gonna be coming back here with some telemetry to really see exactly what happened. So we wanna take a look at that lead car and see if that goes really red at any point in time.
Blue shallow there on that line.
Yeah.
And then just straight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
72 miles per hour compared to 59.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is where we start to really look into the data part of it, which, I mean, immediately makes me happy. But, yeah, chase driver Fede coming in at what looks like 70 plus miles an hour, where Higa only around 60. So there is a small decel there, but that closing speed is pretty crazy. And, yeah, a difference of 15 miles an hour. I mean, that's what it looks like.
Well, thank you to our Utah Motorsports campus safety crew getting that flatbed out there. I mean, shoot, we're only a few battles in. That thing's been used quite a bit already. So, unfortunate turn of events there for Federico. We'll see if it was Fede at fault. I mean, At first glance, it seems that way.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, Higa wasn't doing anything too crazy out in the lead from what I recall. Fede just cut the line really hard and dove in super fast. So, yeah, unless there's something I'm missing there, I think the call's going to follow.
Yep, there it is. So Diego Higa gets the win representing Brazil. Unfortunately, Fede just going to, oh, stepped on her foot. Here we go. Stuke out front, Robert Thorne in chase position. Let's see what Stuke's got in that M-Spec S chassis initiating. There goes Thorne. Looks like he drops into that first outside zone, transition out in that second outside zone. Thorne way back there. Oh no, he's taking that similar line as Federico Sceriffo. He got lost in the smoke. Now coming into this last outside zone. Stuke keeping it together. It looks like Robert Thorne just gets lost, man. Just absolutely lost in the smoke, struggling to hang with Stuke. Out front, put it together, almost saw another incident there.
Yeah, it looked a little bit strugglesome, if you will, from Robert Thorne right off the kick here. So dives in, big left foot brake, understeers like crazy, and then from there it was just playing the catch-up game. And I mean, almost drives straight there for a section. Well, I mean, out front, Daniel Stuke doing a really, really good job throwing those zones out. Looking really nice and fluid. Well, Robert Thorne's just doing everything he possibly can to get back into the battle, but this is more the Stuke that we've seen of form lately. Jared talked about this in the prospect stream that things do get dusty here. We're not going through and blowing the truck off between every run, but it does get dusty. It does start to play a little bit of a role in all these battles, but at the end of the day, I mean, Robert Thorne understeered pretty heavily through that section.
And also I'm finding out Josh Love is a spotter, and he DB'd Robert Thorne DB'd in the chase position, and where Ryan and I are looking at it, it might have been on that second outside zone where he did a tire drop.
Okay.
So unfortunately, that will mean that Robert Thorne would have to retire.
Wow.
So big turn of events there. Again, Robert Thorne, again, another prospect champion that made the jump to pro. Obviously a talented driver, has a lot of fun, but this is an unfortunate turn of events for him. So Thorne will have to bow out because no contact there, no contact was made, so DB'd the tire, and that will mean that Stuke will advance on.
Yeah, and this was this is an event that Robert Thorne won it all here. I mean, he had an incredible performance here in Utah, which ended up winning him the championship. So real rough there for Robert Thorne, but yeah, I mean, Daniel Stuke, I'm sure he's happy about it and gets to compete again on Saturday.
Okay, so again, yeah, Thorne is out. Definitely a bummer for him, but Stuke advances on. So here's his bye run, the second half of it. Attrition, man, I think that's going to be the name of the game. Keep your tires underneath you. You know, I mean, look at transitioning, going to the second outside zone. That sun's staring right at you, man, and especially add that dust.
Yeah. Oof. It's another track where the sun really starts to play an effect. I mean, Seattle being one of them, St. Louis to some regard as well, but yeah, we have no lights here, so the sun is all we get. But yeah, well, Daniel Stuke just putting down a couple of corners there and enough to go through, and unfortunately Robert Thorne, that'll be it.
Yeah, such a bummer for him. That back right, I think. All right, so, all right. Well, we will be seeing some bye runs from these gentlemen. So, Hateley, Mohan, and Rudy Hansen. So they will get the fast pass into 16 because Hateley was intended to go against Joao. He is not here. Mohan was to go against Mike Power. And then Hansen versus Vaughn Gittin Jr. But obviously Power and Vaughn aren't here. So Andy Hateley, the Drift Wizard, Evil Auto Works BMW. Let's lay out and listen to this hot rod jalapeno. The habanero. It's the habanero. Step it up to ghost pepper.
Real spicy.
Ghost pepper.
Yeah.
Carolina Reaper.
Scorpion.
Is that hotter than a Reaper?
I believe so. Yeah. Not up to date on my Scoville units, but
yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole. Have you ever done that one chip thing?
No, but I did try the bomb Beyond Insanity.
So we find out who gets the win within seating brackets. More bragging rights. It's also more track time as well.
It's going to be interesting is Irwindale with these seating brackets, because all these drivers, I mean, obviously the goal is to have them come back for Irwindale. So you're going to see potentially especially, you know, Forrest Wang, Dean Carney, and Vaughn having to battle their way through it.
That's right.
Which, that's going to be probably one of the best seeding brackets we're going to see all year.
And Dean Carney, you know, he's been on a hiatus, you know, busy with his the hyper stuff. So, busy man.
Rotary screaming.
Yeah. Rotating gang. And Rudy Hansen is in the burnout box, and he will complete his bye run.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit before, but Rudy running the same car in both Pro and Pro Specs. So I don't know if he's running the Pro Spec size here. I know
you said he did that. He did that at a previous round.
Yeah,
with Pro Spec and Pro.
A few drivers have done that, and just to make it a little bit more predictable, and you know, it's a big jump up. I mean, if you go from a 255 up to a 295, I mean that's a lot of extra rubber on the car.
All right, here comes Rudy Hansen. So I say Cat Daddy. All right, here's Team Hansen and Rudy from Idaho. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah, we're not planting potatoes.
All right, so track transforming. I think it's the sun. I mean, here, like, that's
yeah, I'm good.
That's pretty blinding.
Blinded by the light.
You know, at this point, the drivers that are in talking about that class.
Yeah,
I'm joking.
crazy how that works, huh?
I'm joking, but Crandon's amazing. So here we go. Let's take a look. Derek Madison, Ben Hopson. These guys are in the show now. This is for bragging rights. D-Mads, that Fuel Lab S chassis. Ben Hopson comes in hot. Want to make sure doesn't have oil in his face once again. Madison going hard. Oh, buddy. Straightening out. D-Mads. Ben Hopson almost gets to the side of him. Oh, Madison goes way off course. More dust for your diet, Ben Hopson. Ooh, did you see that? I don't know if you saw that as he there, that rumble strip, when they go into outside zone 3, it's kind of got a leading edge there that could really take off a tire. We saw somebody debeat earlier today, so got to be cautious there.
Gotta be a little careful, but yeah. Derek Madison, right off the jump, I mean, he came up pretty short through the first outside zone. Big e-brake pull. Definitely prefer to see him on throttle well before that point. And just struggling. I mean, he's sitting in the box for a little bit, sitting cold, but definitely going 3 wheels off at this point, 4 wheels off. Now turning into an off-road vehicle. And then right there, Ben getting a little spicy going in outside zone 3. So
Derek Madison qualified P3 at Crandon off-road event.
Yeah, exactly. Just behind Von Gittin Jr.
And it was true. Lauren Healy got P1.
Okay. I mean, hey, congrats to Vaughn for P2.
Right? Yeah, it's great.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's get these tires pumped up, kiddos. Oh, Derek Madison grew a tail.
I think there it
dropped
goes.
his tail. He shed it. He's like a lizard. He's molting.
Probably just making sure the car still feels tight after going off like that. You'll see drivers pretty often do that back and forth just to make sure that the everything's tight.
So Ford Mustang, and here comes Derek Madison. A shorter run up from previous years, and going a little off course there, but that's the natural line. Nice job by Hopson. Again, this young man definitely earning his stripes right now. Good run by Ben Hopson. Transition now to outside zone 3. Boom, puts it right there. This is the Hopson we know.
Yeah.
This Ben Hopson is absolutely delivering. That was a solid run by Ben Hopson out front, and this is what earned him, the opportunity to go from Pro Spec to Pro, winning the championship and jumping on this RTR camp.
Yeah, absolutely crushed it on this one. I mean, this is what we wanted to see from Ben all year. This is what we expected to see from Ben all year. On throttle all the way through initiation, bit of an e-brake there to get him nice and wide, but right on the very edge of that first outside zone, back on throttle, launching that car over the rumble strips, then into 2. Looks solid, looks planted, is on throttle the whole time. We know these Mustangs love to be driven at full throttle all the time.
Yep.
And that's exactly what he does through all the zones. So great job from Ben Hopson. Derek Madison in the chase, doing what he can to keep up. I mean, it's tough. It's definitely tough chasing those RTRs, but stoked to see the Ben doing that kind of drive. And Derek, I mean, still putting on a good show in the chase behind him. But I think it'll be pretty clear which way the judges are going to go on this one.
All right, so Von Gittin Jr. and his whole Fun Haver team watching. So Shout out to the human Chihuahua, Jeremy Brenner. And he will, they're cheering on Ben Hopson, so let's make it official with D-Mats going off course, I assume. Ben Hopson, B-Hobbs in the building, gets it done. He's going to go against Betty in the off-road adventure. Let's take a look, lay out, listen. Again, this car of yesteryear, once piloted by Ryan Turk, the JDM Supreme Higa ride, taking out those cones like he's Pac-Man, just clipping them all. Whoa, but everybody, man, having troubles there. Everybody's having troubles on that second outside zone.
Yeah, definitely scrubbing that car, making sure everything's good. I mean, here's the time to find out if there's a problem.
Absolutely. Yeah, you work it out. You work it out now. All right, so Higa still
drifting. All right, he's drifting backwards. Hey, he's running it backwards. Yes, finally.
There we go.
Oh, I've been talking about this forever.
Yep.
See, look at how great this looks.
Nobody's saying it doesn't.
I know. Why aren't we doing that? Kevin.
Yeah, the president's right here. Lee chasing him down. Stuke comes out swinging. Hateley takes that straight line approach right to the side of Stuke in that first outside zone. Both of them filling it properly. Let's see how they handle this. Everybody's having some trouble in that second outside zone, going in the dirt. Saw that earlier from quite a few drivers, but they both navigated properly in this last outside zone 3. Stuke, a little handbrake, allows Hateley to catch up. Good proximity between both of them. That was a really solid run there. No incidents.
Nice and tidy.
Yep, that was tight.
Yeah. I was a little concerned before when Stuke shut it down early on his bye run that he was running into some sort of issues, but it definitely doesn't look like it here. So Stuke, nice, smooth, floaty initiation of the first outside zone. Andy Hateley a little bit further back, and because of that, he gets caught in the smoke just a touch there to transition out, putting Andy Hateley on a much tighter line. But Stuke through 2 looks really good. Good wheel speed on the car. Everything looks nice and stable. You know, really, really like the way that Stuke's putting this together now. If he keeps driving like this the rest of the weekend, it's going to mean only good things. Now Andy Hateley in the chase just has to predict a little bit better, isn't as aggressive on initiation, gets on the throttle a little bit late, and then from there it's just playing catch up through the rest of the run. So we'll swap him back around. We'll see what Andy Hateley's got. I mean, we really haven't seen, you know, what his lead driving looks like. He had that bye run earlier, but that's not going to be indicative of the way he's going to drive in competition. And then we'll go from there and see what Stuke's able to do in the chase.
Let's see what Stuke's got here. Chasing him down. Hateley, that car is absolutely slammed on the ground.
He's body low, though. He's not real low.
No?
Just body kit low. I know. I had a conversation with him about
Placebo.
Yeah, placebo.
Placebo.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Andy Hateley out front. What do we got? Stuke in the chase. Again, seeding round of 8. Who's moving on to the 4? The other side, Hopson and Higa. Stuke or Hateley. All right. Stuke give himself quite a bit of distance there. Strategy, see if it pays off, or just maybe just playing it safe, because again, what's at stake here is bragging rights, and now Hateley goes into that second outside zone. Also, where you seed, you know, could play a major role as well. And there goes Hateley in that last outside zone. Stuke taking a shallower line. Hateley just riding that course's edge. Well done by Hateley out front. Hateley, the habanero hobo eating. Well, he doesn't eat hobos, he eats habanero.
I was going to say, I hope not.
No.
That's a whole other person.
Yep.
You know, I really think on initiation, if you're not completely on their door going into the first part of the first outside zone, that's it. You're basically getting walked for the rest of it. And you can see that here again with Stuke. He's got a very quick car, very fast car for Daniel Stuke, but just not even able to keep up at this point. Now, he does fill in the chase quite well, but Andy Hateley out front having another solid lead. So we're finding now the driver's getting into the zone, the track's cleared up, the dust is literally settling, and these leads are getting really tidy. And I do think this weekend will start to come down to the chase, because we have 3 outside zones. That's it. So if all the drivers, I mean, even in seating bracket driving like this in the lead, what it's going to come down to is how well you can time the initiation on chase. If you can get that dialed, I mean, the battle's yours.
battle is yours. Could it be yours? Could it be mine? About to find out. Stuke or Hateley. Take a look at our BC Racing custom coilover side by side. Go for gold. The official suspension of Formula Drift.
Yeah, so it looked like Stuke had initiation a little bit earlier. Pretty equal distance to the first outside zone. Second outside zone, it looks like Hateley a little bit closer, but Stuke had kind of a better chase through part of that, just in the zone a little bit deeper. And then through this last part, I mean, Andy has definitely got more proximity to that. I mean, they're pretty comparable.
Yeah.
Stuke holds it on, you know, the end of the zone a little bit longer as they cross the line, but very, very comparable from both drivers. So
like two good straight up battles. That's good. Yeah. So yeah, no one more times putting it on the shoulders of the judges.
We talked a little bit about Vernon when he was, you know, talked with Vernon about this in the practice show.
Yep.
And he kind of brought up, you know, they're going to go through a few different things to look on, but stability and commitment are what it's going to start to define.
Stability and commitment.
Mm-hmm. Stability in the driving, how smooth they are through the transitions, you know.
And there we are, taking a look at the judges being represented, Japan, Netherlands, and USA. And let's see. Do we have a verdict, kids? Come on now.
I think so. I think I'm seeing the...
They're tapping in.
Everybody's tapping in.
Tap it in. All right. Waiting for the outcome here. Stuke or Hateley. Hopson, Higa. Is it going to be another H with Hateley?
Getting a lot of H's going.
All right. Slide him left for Stuke or right for Andy Hateley. And it's another H. H-bomb here. Andy Hateley gets the win and advances on. So you got Hopson.
The whole, you know.
North Idaho?
Yeah.
State of mind, baby. Here we go. Kyle the Menace Mohan leading out in that rotary. Rudy Hansen in tow in that first outside zone goes Mohan. Nice job by him. Hansen back there quite a bit. Looks like he gained some ground. Mohan really comes screeching to a halt there in that second outside zone. Didn't want to overkick it, get involved in that dirt. Now third outside zone. Winding up the rotary. Hansen gets aggressive. Looks like there was maybe some contact made.
Yeah,
man,
hard to say. It did look like Kyle Mohan choked up pretty hard going into 3, which there is no decel zone. There's no reason should be slowing down like that through that section. Obviously, we'll go back to a replay and confirm that, but that was my first instinct there. So take a look here. Mohan out front in that rotary. Hansen following behind in the S chassis. So Kyle does a pretty good job there through the first outside zone. Comes in a little bit early. Now Rudy's really got to pick up the pace because Kyle cut that zone, and we see Kyle now just getting those rear tires in. Now Hansen starts to fall into form, get a bit better of a tandem, and then right there, Kyle Mohan comes completely off throttle. We see all the smoke come out. No smoke coming out of those rear tires. So Rudy has nowhere to go at that point in time. Kind of has to, you know, grab the old ejecto Cedo and pull out of the run there.
Ejecto Cedo. Yeah, no, you called it. Great.
I think if we watch the miles per hour here, you'll be able to see it, hopefully, as he comes through this section. So lead run, no, maybe not. It doesn't look like Kyle's is really
right here
operating correctly. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty clear. He choked up pretty hard on that one. So Rudy, nowhere to go, but back to Idaho. No, just happened to rhyme.
Not yet.
Nope.
Not yet. Again, going with the H theme. Could be Hansen. Signs of saying Hansen.
It was a broken keyboard when we wrote the script. All we can use is H's now.
Bop. Yep. Okay, let's alternate the positions. Hansen pulling up. Mohan in the chase.
So Rudy right now really just has to lay down a solid lead run to take this out, at least in my mind.
Yeah, and that's your speculation there,
yeah,
based off of what you saw.
Might be something I'm missing. Sometimes we focus in on the wrong thing and miss 3 wheels off, but I don't think that was the case here.
No. Hansen ready to come out of the chute. And any moment, waiting for him. Looks like thumbs up, clear to send. All right. And the lights are on. Let's see him extinguish and see what kind of line we see here from Rudy Hansen. Mohan in the chase. Across the nose of the RX-8. Hansen drops into that first outside zone. Actually does not Doesn't get all the way deep. Mohan back there quite a bit. Down to the second outside zone. Good angle now from Hansen. Wow, look at that. Really maxing out that angle, coming to outside zone 3. Yeah, Mohan just not part of the conversation, but again, Hansen on initiation didn't really get into that first outside zone, but really made up for it in the second and the third.
Yeah, very, very hesitant to the first outside zone, but yeah, zone 2, zone 3 looked really good. We'll see if we can figure out exactly why. So initiation looks just hesitant is really what it is. Almost gets into that zone, and then Kyle does not anticipate what's going on there and then has to play a ton of catch up. Now, Rudy through the second, gets planted, adds a little bit more angle partway through. The transition is nice and smooth. And then through 3, but yeah, Kyle just not in the same area code at that point.
I've got bros in different area codes. And Mohan was in that different area code.
He was in a different area code.
I've got bros. I've got bros. Different area code. Slide him left for Mohan, but I think you know the outcome here. Let's slide him right for Rudy Hansen. Team Hansen gets the victory, and the H factor.
Yep.
Energy. Always got a great attitude, but he wants a win. He wants to get on the box here in Salt Lake City. Here we go. Ben Hopson initiates a Pensacola Mustang RTR Spec 5. Higa dusted, but not done. In his second outside zone goes Hopson. Ooh, gets a little disrupted. Man, look at the attitude of the car. Into that second outside zone, Higa tucks in. Last outside zone, how's he gonna manage? And Hopson, using all the course, brings it in. Woo-wee! That's a battle right there, kids.
There we go, Ben Hopson.
Zero chill. I mean, again, these guys, look, you're in the show if you know, placement, but again,
yeah,
this isn't for a trophy.
This is what I mean, though. These are the bragging rights sometimes mean more than anything else, right? Just knowing, and especially for Ben Hopson right now, really trying to prove to himself. And same thing with Diego Higa. Just they want to solidify and prove that they deserve to be here. Now look at Ben Hopson. Love this initiation right in the zone. Dips one wheel off, maybe 2. Higa doing a good job in the chase, now picks up the pace as he goes into the second outside zone. Ben starting to pull out of it just a touch. Lines himself out well, still on throttle all the way through. And Ben Hopson, like, finding parts of the track that he's not even supposed to be using, but filling that whole outside zone. So I'm sure the judges will take a look at that. Depending on what Higa's lead is going to be, Hopson might be deducted a little bit for going 2 wheels off through the third outside zone, but very aggressive, pushing real hard. This is the Ben Hopson we remember from the pro spec.
Yeah, I mean, I would say he's sticking his neck out there like a giraffe. You know, I mean,
yeah.
Really put his neck out there on the line. He's having fun, and this is he's back.
This is it.
Back,
baby.
All right.
Never left.
Higa will now lead. I think it's just covered in dust, dude.
Yeah, if you run a mobile car wash, this is the place to be. You can clean up this weekend.
Absolutely. Chris Mady, formerly of K&N, says 5 house powers.
Oh.
Bing bong. All right.
5 house powers. As long as it makes my AC run better. It is hot in Florida, it turns out.
Oh, yeah, Florida man.
Yeah.
All right, so Higa will be out front. Hopson chasing him down. Lights are going on. Once they extinguish, let's send it, kids. What do we got? Who's going to the finals of our K&N seating brackets? And here comes Higa out of the gate. Now initiating into that first outside zone. Higa's there. Hopson in formation. Coming out of that first outside zone into second. Hopson back there quite a bit. Higa, massive angle, goes off. Some more dust for your diet. Now this last outside zone, getting that overhead shot. Dialed that in. So that second outside zone, woo, Hopson.
Jeez.
Looking like Mad Max.
This is, yeah, definitely Fury Road here. So both drivers making some mistakes in that lead. Realistically, Ben Hopson had 2 wheels off through outside zone 3, but through this, Higa had a couple of spots. So going lead to lead, that's what it's going to come down to, is who over-committed to these zones. First outside zone, Higa looking great. Ben Hopson gets caught up just a little bit. Now right through here, Higa now 2 wheels, maybe even 3 wheels off through that section. Might have to find a different camera angle to confirm that. Ben Hopson doesn't take the bait, stays back just a little bit. And then through here, Higa again dips another tire. So realistically, in my mind, I mean, Higa did make 2 mistakes in 2 zones, whereas Ben Hopson might have only made 1. But Ben Hopson, a little less active in the chase there. So The plow little thickened. That might have been 3 wheels off through there.
Might have been a little superfluous there for Diego Higa. I think that didn't really need to do that, but just extending himself out there, like you said, risking it. But to your point, this is a good opportunity to get familiar with the track. These conditions, the sun.
We almost breathe, man.
Looks like we're getting relief. So half of the sun is behind the mountain.
Tuke's going back on. It's gonna get cold real quick.
I am Jacob Gibbs.
I mean, I did do my Jared Deanna
Do that.
earlier.
Do it.
I'm Jared Deanna. Welcome to Fork. I can't do it. Anyways, but yeah, Diego Higa. I mean, 2 zones with mistakes, at least in my mind. Love to get the judges' opinion if they notice that Higa went 3 off.
Here we go. Where we going? Slide him left for Hopson, right for Higa, and boom goes the dynamite. So Hopson moves on. Higa is knocked out.
It does look like Higa did go 3 off. I'm getting the hand signals there.
And Hateley. All right. Jeremy Bay watches on from the East Coast, and Hansen initiates. Hateley drops into formation. That Evo Auto works. BMW now coming out and into that second outside zone. Getting a little shaky there from both the boys. Now coming through into that last outside zone. And looks like Hansen, good sweep there from Hansen. Hateley give himself a little bit of room there on that last outside zone, which could end up paying off for him, but keeping it safe.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I mean, Hateley kind of bathed in smoke for about half the run, so not easy to navigate through that. Maybe a little bit easier with the sun going down now, but Rudy now getting a little bit deeper through that first outside zone than we saw previously. Now Andy, same thing. Look at that, 3, 4, 5 seconds just sitting in smoke. Now as they come through the rest of it, same thing. Andy just needs to pick up the pace a little bit and get in there, but Rudy Hansen, zone 2, zone 3, he's got that dialed. I mean, these drivers that are putting it down right now in seating bracket definitely have a leg up going into Saturday. I mean, both timing-wise, just getting lap times in and really starting to figure this track out. So this is new. I mean, with this layout, this is new for everybody. So the more time you can put in on it, the better you're going to be. But yeah, it just doesn't look like Andy had the level of commitment to dive in when he needed to, or just not able to get the car to place the way he wanted it. But Rudy Hansen up front, love to see it. Love the commitment all the way through the zones. That hesitation seems to be disappearing as he builds confidence.
All right, taking a look there. You can see the Nitro Cross jump. We're actually back here. I'm going to be back here alongside many other racers, including Travis Pastrana, many different drivers. But this is basically the home of Rallycross, Nitro Circus back in the day, Red Bull GRC, and now Nitro Cross. All the legends jumped that thing. And Tanner Faust, Ken Block, all of them. So, again, some great talent there. We'll be back here in October, first weekend of October. So excited about that. Tanner Faust is coming back to Nitro Cross. Excited about that. Yeah. All right, here we go. Andy Hateley, Rudy Hansen. Andy Hateley initiates into this first outside zone. How does he manage? A little straight line approach there, but throws some more angle on an outside zone 2. Left foot brake. A lot of smoke, good angle just there on the course's edge, and he does drop a tire, a little dirt there, but Hansen unfazed. Hansen, look at him diving in. Look at the proximity. Wow, boys, come on now.
Yeah, wow. Rudy knew the assignment, which was, if Andy's going to lay down a good run, you've got to beat him at least by 2 zones.
Yep.
And that's what it looked like he did there upon, the first initial watch of that. But, yeah, Andy Hateley, the lead runs are getting dialed. Every run we're putting down here, we're adding more tack to the track and doing a little bit better. So Andy takes a little bit to get in there. Rudy keeping pace, pulling back a little bit, and then really starts to dive in through this zone. Catches up about halfway through, sits in the pocket quite well to the second outside zone, transitioning back out. Look at that dive from Rudy Hansen. Now Andy Hateley out front laying down a stellar lead run through outside zone 2 and outside zone 3. So, yeah, really not bad from either driver. Really, like they're getting this. They're getting it sorted. They're figuring it out. As I know, we're already asking for a BC Racing side-by-side.
Yep.
Just to understand what happened there in the chase and what drivers really had the highest level of commitment through those sections. Look at Rudy, man.
Yeah. It seemed that, Rudy Hansen just kind of crystallized right there. It really came together for him. And a little metamorphosis. Beautiful butterfly. Everything came together.
See that?
All right. So waiting for the outcome here. Who is going against Hopson in our K&N seeding brackets finals? Shout out to Evil Auto Works, the boys over in Redlands. And here we are taking a look side by side.
So you can see, looks like Rudy might have got into the first outside zone a little bit sooner, but Andy had a better proximity through that first section. Now through the second section, anybody's game there in the lead. Chase does look like Rudy might have nudged him out just a bit. And then through here, lead versus lead, not too bad. Rudy might have had a slightly better chase. It's tough to say though.
Both of them in the show, like I said, kind of a bragging rights, especially between these two as well.
Hootie and yeah.
Say again?
I was going to say Hootie and Hansen.
Hootie and the Hansen fish?
Hootie and the Hansen fish. Well, Hateley and Hansen.
Hateley and Hansen. Well,
that sounds more like a law firm again.
Yeah. Hateley and Hansen, your defense lawyers.
Yeah. Have you been in a drifting accident?
Call Hateley and Hansen.
It could work.
Yep.
Especially both sunglasses.
T2 and the Drift Wizard.
T2 and the Drift Wizard.
Yep.
I think Rudy's got something going on with the little spiral back
there.
He's trying to hypnotize people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Rudy, can't you see? Sometimes your drifters hypnotize me.
There's some tactics going on there.
Some of your flashy ways.
I will say a lot of his crew are wearing teal toques this weekend, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to pay money for those?
They do.
Andy Hateley gets the win and advances on and is going against Ben Hopson in the finals. So Hateley and Hopson chase here in our K&N seeding bracket finals. And Hateley comes out. Let's see what Hopson's going to do here. And Hateley initiates into that first outside zone, digs it in. Hopson, quite a bit more angle than Hateley. You see him taken out of it, now getting to that second outside zone. Look at that horsepower on Duck. See it porpoising? Oh, buddy, Hopson shuts her down. Hateley continues on. I think that horsepower difference was not a lie.
Yeah.
He had the horsepower. It looked like he was, again, porpoising, diving in, jutting in and out. And Hopson comes to a halt outside zone 2. That's going to hurt him.
Yeah, oh dear indeed. I mean, Ben Hopson was right there. Oh no.
Oh,
that's never good.
What was it? I didn't see.
He's just not moving.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So C is one of our amazing track staff out there. Shouts out to the track staff, the unsung heroes of Formula Drift. Also, some of the best hotel lobby hangs you'll ever have.
Oh my gosh. These guys talk so much smack.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's a good time.
Us. Throw Kevin Wells in there, huh?
Yeah, about us in particular.
Exclusively about us.
Pretty much, yeah.
Talk smack just about the TL2 and Neanderthal.
Yeah, they warm up and then we walk in and it's just
like, oh boy, don't make eye contact.
Yeah, so Andy Hateley heading back to the line. Ben Hopson still sitting there. I didn't see anything major with Ben Hopson's, but let's take a look here. Andy Hateley off the line. Ben Hopson trailing just a little bit, dives in. Andy doing a really good, holy guacamole. Andy Hateley just filling that first outside zone. Now Ben Hopson really starting to dive and push the pace as he comes through and then just dies. Yeah. That's it. But Andy Hateley does the second outside zone. Andy Hateley is going to be on one this weekend, man.
He is absolutely on it.
And I think we heard that RTR fire back up. What I am hearing. So we're gonna have to see here. I mean, if you remember back, it looks like Ben Hopson wouldn't have his 5 minutes, so.
Yeah, we called it on him because he got hands on the car and he was taking forever. So, or is Ben just, so is he just gonna run?
I mean, he's got no choice. He's got his hand out the window. I don't know what.
All right.
Very, very Italian of him.
No, I mean, he could still run, but he can't put hands on the car.
No, but he had his hand out the window is what I meant.
Right.
Yeah. Doing the Italian wave.
So is he gonna run or is he out? All right, so we're finding out here if Hopson's gonna risk it, see what's going on with the car. But you know, again, this is for positioning. He's at a deficit.
Yeah.
Does he push it? Does he compromise the car?
I think they got a whole day to fix it. So I mean.
Out. So yeah, it looks like Hopson is bowing out. So Hateley will. Oh, you're in.
You're in. Whoa, hang on. What's going on here?
Oh yeah, when I give you the throat chop, that means you're out.
We're going.
You're going. All right. All right. Here we go. So
text from Van. Yeah. Check your phone. I bet your phone's like, no, they're going.
No, they're going.
I don't care.
Yeah. Oh, yep. Vaughn just called from NORAD.
Yeah. Spare engine unpacking right now.
The firing order, 1249.
Oh,
that's what it is.
Interesting.
The firing order. My boy, shout out to 1945 Speed and Custom Jeremy Bay. So Hopson's out.
Whoa, what is
going on here? All right, so. Okay, so we are. Okay, so it looks like, so Hopson is out. Okay, Hopson is out. He does not have a competition timeout, so he's unable to run. And I heard they had to turn the power off, the FD staff. So basically, they're saying unable to run. So.
Oh, interesting. So because work had to be done to the car to get him to run again, and he does not have a timeout, therefore,
he's out.
He is out.
Yeah, it's a bummer, but you'd rather have something.
Rules are rules, man.
Yeah, rules are rules, man. So again, Hopson used his competition timeout earlier. You get 1 in seating brackets and 1 in game day, but as it applies now, staff went over there. They had to get hands on the car in order for it to fire back up. The FD staff, what did they do?
They had to turn the power off in the car and then turn it back on.
Had to turn the nitrous bottle. I think they had to turn it on or off, the nitrous bottle. So basically in order for it to fire up. So he's unable to run. So again, because somebody aided him in starting his car back up. Yeah, so just run him. Let's go. Send it. Let's get after it. So unfortunately for Hopson. All right, so unfortunately for Ben, he's not able to run, but he is in the show. So again, Sopa talking to him.
I'm sure it's a very friendly conversation. So let's see on this replay. So that staff member was doing something.
No, definitely not adjusting the GoPro. It was the nitrous? Turn the nitrous on or
yeah,
off?
so we're just trying to get a clarification of exactly what happened, who asked for it to happen in order to get the car to be going.
The FD staff fixed the nitrous bottle.
Okay.
So that's essentially somebody getting hands on the car in between runs, which, you know, get the car off track, but he is unable to run. So here we go. Andy Hateley wins the K&N seating brackets. Andy Hateley, the spicy habanero, Evil Auto Works, BMW. The Drift Wizard, his sorcery has worked. We'll see how it shapes up on game day Saturday. But Andy Hateley, the Drift Wizard, uses his powerful spells and comes out on top for our K&N seating brackets.
I mean, if today is any sort of projector for what tomorrow's going to look like or Saturday's going to look like for Andy Hateley, we're in a good spot.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and same thing with Ben. I mean, it's unfortunate the way that this all turned around, but I mean, almost everybody in seating bracket has really stepped their game up, very quickly becoming one of my favorite sections of the entire weekend.
That outside zone 2 really played a major role here in all the competition, but Hateley comes out on top. Ben Hopson finishes second, and then we have that of Rudy Hansen in third. So congratulations to him. Make some noise for him. Andy Hateley gets the win in our K&N seating brackets. And pulling them down here. I don't know if we're going to get the other drivers down, but obviously a little anticlimactic. But this is how it was in Seattle. Remember, it was Hero, Manoa, and Ryan
electrical issue.
Electrical issue for Hero. And do we have the other drivers coming down, joining them? All right, so not seeing Hopson. Hopson's still over there on the other side. And get him outside of his vehicle. Some exciting runs, some exciting action. Again, some calamity there. First 2 runs took an hour to run between Federico and who else was it that went off course? It was the Brutsky. Yeah, the oil spill. All right, so jumping out of his vehicle. Make some noise for him. Your winner here in K&N seating brackets, Evo AutoWorks BMW from LA. It is Andy Hateley, your K&N seating bracket winner, like you said. Again, the top seated driver. Congratulations to him. And again, the action continues tomorrow for our Link Engine Management Pro Spec Championship. We will crown a champion tomorrow night. And in Pro Saturday, a champion could be crowned. The situation is Odie Bakshis needs to finish better than James Dean. And if he doesn't, James Dean will be your 2024 Formula Drift champion with a round left to go at Irwindale. And, you know, I'm kind of like, oh, it'd be great to see the story unfold at Irwindale, but how bananas will Irwindale be with like no championship at stake? But winning Irwindale's like Monaco. It's like Talladega. I always say that. And winning Irwindale it's a magical place. It's
100% a magical place. And I mean, then it becomes, you know, who gets second, who gets third, who gets, you know, we got so many more stories to look at. So.
All right. So again, tune in tomorrow, high noon here at Utah Motorsports Campus. Thank you, Jacob Kentz. Thank you to Vernon. Thank you to Brian Eggert. Ryman Ishida, thank you to Ryan Sage, and thank you to all you, the fans, the drivers, the sponsors, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight, Utah Motorsports Campus. Tune in tomorrow, high noon. It's going to be a shootout here at Utah Motorsports Campus. Send it.